Hi everybody, I'm Paolo from www.c4d.cz, and in this tutorial I would like to show you how to effectively use an upgraded metaball object which Cinema 4D R17 offers, and how can we combine with a spline toolset that this Cinema 4D release provides for a very nice interactive volume painting. Okay, let's start. The metaball isn't a crucial feature, but it's nicely upgraded and the painting approach is very fun and interesting. So let's start with the metaball. Here's the metaball hull. It's really the same look all the Cinema 4D releases provided. It hasn't changed, and I have to confirm it's still single-threaded object only, so it's definitely very slow while editing. This is the weakness point of the feature. Anyway, when you select the metaball object now, it has one new important option here. It's called Accurate Normals. When this option is activated, it provides much better and smaller results than before, because object shading depends on an accurate, not divided shape. So it simply provides really cool results, as you can see. But there are other cool features. Let's create a new cube. Press the Alt key and create a new metaball object. Increase the hull value here. It will generate a smaller mesh and decrease the editor subdivision value here. So the cube has just 6 polygons. This means it has 8 points, and the metal generates 8 small spheres around these points. We can increase the cube subdivision values, and it will increase the generated spheres count simultaneously. But it doesn't generate a nice solid looking object. We have to use a different approach, because I would like to generate something such as a cube with a spherical bubble, but I can achieve it this way because the current mode doesn't generate an original cubic looking shape. It simply generates a spheral fields only, but we can increase their density and can help sometimes, but not so much. I simply don't like it. So use a new Cinema 4D R17 feature. Select the object, use right mouse button and choose a metaball tag. It will be added onto the object. Go down and here you will find a new parameter called type. We can choose from 3 different modes the type option offers. The sphere is the original effect we know already. This is a default value of the metaball effect, but it offers 2 others. The first of them is called line, which generates polygon surface along object edges. It's very nice and very interesting option we have, because we can sometimes connect this wire effect with another metaball shape. I really like the mode, it's very interesting. But there is another one. It's called triangle, because a triangle is an elementary planar surface. As you can see, it generates this very solid and perfect looking cube shape. This mode simply tries to follow an original shape an object has. It's really cool. Let's say we want to connect the cube with a spherical shape. So we can. Let's create a new sphere object, reduce and use segments value here, and place as a child of the metaball. And move it away from the object, from the cube. It already works perfectly, as you can see. Let's move the object here, for instance. We can increase the size of the sphere, and we can enhance the look using the Accurate Normals option for this effect. So the metaball activate the option here. Yes, it's much better. The sphere we did actually use the default spherical mode. Anyway, apply the metaball tag to the object, and we can adjust any hue strength value that's here. And so on. We can play with a lot of these settings, but we can also change the type and use the line option. It's definitely very nice. It generates a nice looking object with very soft transitions between all shapes. So nobody says we can't use it for some prototyping, modeling and topology process, for instance. But as I said before, it's simply very slow. It's the weakness point of the feature. It's still a single threaded object only. But we can use it differently as well, in a very nice and very funny way. Let's imagine we can directly paint a volume we want. We will use another new tool Cinema 4D R17 offers for this. The tool I'm talking about is called Sketch. Okay, create a new empty spline object. Use the top or perspective view. It really doesn't matter. Press the Alt key and create a new metaball object. It will be placed as a parent object of the spline. Set the metaball and adjust its settings now. Increase the hull value first. Let's use a value around 500 or 600. It really doesn't matter because we can adjust it afterward and decrease the subdivision. We will see. So I will use the top view and change the currently display settings. Choose the sketch tool we are talking about. Set the spline object and freely paint a spline shape. It works perfect, as you can see. I will adjust the metaball settings a bit. I will reduce the hull value and I will also decrease the editor subdivision value. Done. And we can continue and paint new segments. Yes, it's really cool, as you can see. I love it. We can simply paint onto a surface or a work plane and design a nice looking effect. And don't forget, we can combine the spline we did with other Cinema 4D features and objects, so we can easily animate letters drawings, for instance. It's of course possible. So select the well-known MoGraph MoSpline object that's here. Use the MoSpline as a child of the metaball instead. Take the spline away from the hierarchy and set the MoSpline, change its mode and use the spline option here. Go to the spline tab, drag and drop to place the spline we painted here. Now we can simply animate this MoSpline object. Use the end slider for instance and play with the value. It's really very cool. I love it so much. It's so smooth. It's really very funny and very nice. But as we said before, we can paint a spline directly onto a surface. It's definitely possible. So let's create a curved surface. I certainly can play a role, I think. I have to adjust it. I will do it higher and I will delete the spline. And I don't actually need the caps. And I can also use the slide settings, for instance. So it can be something like this. Okay, activate the 3D polygon snap. So turn off the vertex snapping and activate the polygon snap option only. And choose the sketch tool again. Okay, that's it. Here's the spline I like. It's perfectly projected onto the surface, as you can see. So the polygon snapping option did it. So go fuller. Select the MoSpline object again and use the new spline we did as a reference. Okay, it's pretty nice. But I have to adjust the metaball settings, especially the hull value, because it's too high. I will decrease it more. Yeah. Done. I love it. Let's imagine a chocolate cream on a chocolate bar, for instance. It can be really very funny, as you can see. Yeah. And it can be even animated, don't forget. So thank you for watching and see you at www.c4d.cz.